In today's video, you're going to get to see this incredible 2024 GMC Hummer EV pickup truck. Hello everybody and welcome to Classic Car ChitChat. My name is Kevin. I am thrilled you're joining me again today. Today I have the pleasure of introducing you to a friend of mine. His name is Mike. You've met him before. He has a number of beautiful cars. We've done a number of videos with him. Today, however, he is presenting his 2024, not naturally aspirated for once in his life, 2024 GMC Hummer EV. This is the pickup truck version. So without further ado, let's hop in, let's go for a drive, let's check out this beautiful Okay, Mike, just for a lark, rev the engine for me.
Here we go.
No, really press down this time.
This is
That's
all
it.
she has.
It's got nothing. How about the horn? Does the horn work? Oh, beautiful. Okay, come on out, sir. My God, Mike. You know what? You don't realize how big the thing is, right?
It's huge.
It is enormous. So what do you have here? Tell me all about it.
This is a 2024 GMC Hummer EV, the pickup version, all electric. Wow, where to begin? Let's go with the fun stuff. 1,000 horsepower.
No,
Zero to
let me stop you there. Oh, by the way, this young fella here is Nico. Hi, Nico.
This is my co-pilot. It's so big, it takes 1.5 people to drive it. Right, Nico?
You could say that.
Oh, very good. Okay. All right, sorry, Mike.
Yeah,
1,000 horsepower?
Yeah, 3 electrical motors, 1,000 horsepower, 0 to 60, 3.3 seconds when it's in a certain mode, which we'll talk about later. 11,500 foot-pounds of torque. We'll do the quarter mile in 11.7 seconds. It has a full air ride suspension. So from where you see it right now, with a push of a button, we can get it up another 8 inches. And 4-wheel steering has a real cool thing that we'll demonstrate later called Crabwalk mode. And you know, it's, I don't even know, there's just so much. All 4 panels on the roof come off.
Really?
So it's like, it's 2 sets of T-tops.
Very cool.
It has all the creature comforts of a Cadillac Escalade. Yeah, there's just so much it has. It's a really fun vehicle.
Okay, that is extraordinary. It's gorgeous. So let me start with a few questions that I'm thinking
Sure.
right now. So first of all, here you are, a guy that's just Captain Naturally aspirated as much as possible. Why the EV now?
If I wanted to lie and score social points, I'd say, oh, because I want to do a low carbon footprint. Not true. About 2.5, 3 years ago when they launched it, I've always loved Hummers. You know, from the military Hummers to the H2s that were done by GM. And I saw it. It was drop dead gorgeous. I heard 1,000 horsepower. I didn't care what it ran on. I wanted the truck.
Yeah, so that's what sold you, is the horsepower, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely. Well, and the looks and
Yes.
just everything about it.
It is one unique looking vehicle for sure.
Yeah.
Silent but deadly, right? I mean, it is extraordinary. And I just noticed this. You got 3 wiper blades, like
Yes.
my MG. How
Yes.
cool is that?
Yes,
That
you know,
is
there's so many
spectacular.
little things. I hope I think of them all as we get through here.
No
So if you
problem.
notice, there's a 3X. The 3X means this is the 3-motor version, the 1,000 horsepower. They also come in a 2X. The 2Xs were delivered to Canada 6-7 months prior, and I waited for the 3Xs to come out.
So tell me about the 3 motors then. So what would they be designed for? One like forward thrust, the other one's like, how do they power?
They work the motors by the wheels. So you'd have, I'm not sure how the configuration is, but I
Right.
believe there's 2 motors in the front and 1 in the back that does both wheels. But don't quote me on that. I'm
Right.
kind of, I know there's 3 and the 2X version is 2 and it's somewhere around 600 or 700 horsepower. I'm not sure.
And in terms of the battery life, well, let's talk about the range first
Yeah,
of all.
let's
What,
do
what
that.
are we looking at? How much?
So on a full charge, it shows around 640 kilometers.
Wow.
However, I put that to the test. So I went up to the cottage, set the GPS, saw what the range is, recorded both numbers back. So in the summer, I have no winter information yet. You got to catch me next year. But in the summer, driving normal on our highways with air conditioning, etc., it's about 75% of what it promises.
Okay.
So based on that, I think on a full charge, I can safely get 500 kilometers.
Right. And plus, I've seen the way you drive, Mike, so I'm surprised you got that many. So.
I was with the whole family going to the
Oh,
cottage.
yes,
I was a good boy.
Yes, I bet you were too. But it is extraordinary. Now, again, there's no engine to look at. There's nothing. Like, where are the actual motors that power it? Like,
That's all underneath, and
It's all
you
hidden.
can't see them. I mean, I didn't go under there. I'm not going to pretend to know a lot about electrical propulsion, but they're under
they're
there
there,
somewhere.
as are the
What I
batteries.
can tell you is this: it's a 9,000-pound tank.
Wow.
So just under 5 tons. And a lot of that is due to the battery system, which the way they lay out a battery in these is it's short, but the whole footprint of the car to give it a lower center of gravity.
Right on.
And one of the bonuses of that is because it's so heavy, there's no luxury tax on it because you get the kind of the commercial type vehicle exemption.
Yes.
So where you expect to see a gas cap, it's your charging port.
Right on. Yeah.
This for level 2 charging, and then the level 3, the faster chargers, this would come out and it would accommodate the bigger chargers. Okay, close it, Nico. Okay, and then back here you have the tailgate. You got 2 buttons. You got the smaller button, which opens this up.
Very cool.
This is if you have something long or a 2x4 and you want to have
You
in
don't
here.
need to open the whole thing. Okay.
Right?
Very
yeah.
cool.
And then you have the regular gate. Watch out, Nico. Which would open up.
So is that like a power assist?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Comes down on hydraulic. Hold on, Nico. And then this would
Oh,
open.
No, it's a
And
step.
then this would do that. And it's a step.
And Nico is demonstrating this step.
Yes.
Very, very sharp,
I
Nico.
think there was an option. I didn't get it. These 2 would be 6x9 speakers. You could have,
yes.
I guess that's for the football fans who want a tailgate.
Yes. Tailgate party, for sure. That is very clever engineering,
Yeah.
right? I mean, it's very good use space of that and the alternate purpose. I mean, you kind of think about the engineering when they are building this thing. Like, hey,
Yeah.
let's add this, let's do that. That's a clever
Plus they have the Sierra line, and they're always evolving with pickups. So I think it inherited a lot of the features that GM.
So Mike, let me ask you something. The way you got this, is this more or less the stock vehicle? Like these are all the options that were available for this? Or
Pretty
did
much.
you-
Pretty
okay,
much.
So this is top of the line, would you say?
Top of the line. I think there's a couple of small things that are LPOs, like where the dealer would do, like those speakers.
Got it.
But yes, this is a top of the line, all options. I'm opening.
And that is remote too. Look at that. That is very sharp.
So the way this is designed is those 4 different portions of the roof, the 2 sets of T-tops, fold up. Not fold up, sorry. They go in a holder, and they're meant to sit in here, and then you strap them down with these 2. So this is designed to take your roof.
How clever. So very Jeep-like in many ways that you
Yes.
can take off bits and pieces. And have you driven it much like that?
Yeah, I did take it off-roading in a farm. I could send you a
Very
picture.
cool. Yes, that would
Yeah.
be nice. That is extraordinary. Very well engineered, nicely designed. Incredible.
And you know, just based on the road standards, because of its width, just like the TRX from Dodge, by law it needs to have the 3 yellow lights up top.
Okay.
Because once you get by a certain width, I'm not sure what that number is, that needs to be that way.
So
Long story short, the U.S. decided not to ship to Canada in the first year of production.
Oh.
So in the first year of production was U.S. only, and then in the second year, obviously we got them. The 2Xs came first, and then the 3Xs, and this was the first one that my dealership received, and I was fortunate enough to get it.
Okay, so this is the 4-wheel steering mode. That is weird right off the bat, but hey, it's so cool.
So we could
Wow,
turn
talk
with
about
Honda
a tight
Civics.
circle. Oh my God, Mike. For something so big, watch my car. That is very tight.
Too old.
I told you not to talk.
Actually, that's freaky tight. Like that is, I didn't think it would be that much. So even that shorter turn on the rear, it doesn't take a lot
No.
to help with that movement, really.
No, and it's smart. So if you're going at high speeds and you're turning, it doesn't engage.
Okay.
It's smart enough to engage when it makes sense.
At the lower speeds, yeah. Wow. Wow. Mike, wait a minute. Like, this is like a living room.
The fit and finish, they did a really great job.
Wow.
The coloring.
Hello, Nico.
You could see the panels are all glass.
I love that tint.
Tinted blue.
My goodness, look at the screen here.
Control panel. Yeah, we got a little computer with everything that we need and how to control. They got different, you could set it to different off-road settings and modes all on the screen.
My gosh.
You know, it has all the, connects to your phone. You know, all the little creature comforts
Yeah.
here with the auto and seat heating and cooling, but with soft keys. So that's sync and AC, but if you hit this, it becomes
it
heated,
shifts. Look at
right?
that.
So it's smart enough. It's
My
just,
God.
yeah.
The rear seats too are heated.
The rear are not, but there is a separate climate system back there
That
below
you can control there.
So some of the fun stuff that we have is this
Yes.
dial here. So this has different modes.
Okay.
So if I turn this, it'll wake up, and this is the off-road
My
mode.
God.
And they got great graphics for every mode.
Look at this.
And then you dial it. This is the terrain mode. Again, great graphics. This is a My Mode. I'm going to explain the My Mode. This is basically, you could customize it to what you like and how you want to drive.
Right.
And then let's look.
The graphics
Off-road.
are incredible. You're right. It's like a computer game.
Right. Terrain, we did. Tow haul. This is called normal mode.
Yeah.
It's kind of a default. And then back to My Mode,
Right.
which I'm set to right now.
So the tow, what was the one? Tow what? Haul?
Tow
So
haul.
is that designed so if you are towing something, it'll actually redistribute the power differently?
Yes, optimize it
Very
for
cool.
towing.
Very cool.
Under vehicle, this is where you would set your
Ooh, hang on.
driver
Does
mode.
it say, it says teen driver, but not kid driver.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Nico, you can't drive this thing yet, Hang in there.
So in this mode, steering, you can have it as normal, tow haul, or terrain. Suspension, the same. Acceleration, obviously mine set to adrenaline, but you can have relaxed, normal acceleration.
Why am I not surprised, Mike?
This one I find the most fun. This is the motor sound.
No.
So I have it in adrenaline. This in here mimics my Escalade to a T. As I give it gas, it's as if there's a V8 under there. It's not loud and obnoxious. It's exactly what you would experience in a Cadillac. When you go to relaxed, it's kind of that typical electric car where there's no noise, but you're moving.
More Tesla-like.
So that's what I loved about this vehicle.
Right.
Is GM went out of their way to make it feel and drive like a regular car. Okay. The second thing they did too is one of the big complaints of Tesla owners is the regenerative braking.
Right.
So when they let off the gas, the car starts braking.
Yes.
It doesn't coast. This coasts like any gas vehicle,
I love that. It's
and
got
they
a paddle, doesn't it?
They moved it to this here.
Yeah,
So when I want to brake, I mean my regenerative braking, you hold this down.
Yep.
Now obviously
It slows down gradually.
Yeah. If you want to brake more, you still have your brake pedal. But I'm getting pretty good at it, where I'm barely using my brake pedal,
Right on.
which is good news because brakes aren't covered under warranty. It's a 9,000-pound vehicle you're stopping.
Yep.
So, regenerative
That's
is the best
great.
of both worlds.
Actually, my Chevy Volt has that feature, and I love it. That's all I use. Forget the mechanical braking. Why would you need to? Just plan ahead.
Let's make it what people expect.
From an electric.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay? And then you be the judge. So the vehicle goes out.
Oh, it's because of our belts, isn't
Yeah.
it? Hang on. Let's do this.
Do it again. Okay, so I'm going to give it some gas and then push it,
Wow.
and it's an electric vehicle.
But Mike, for something this size, the acceleration is extraordinary.
Oh, we're going to let
Well,
you and your
I
viewers
can
see
imagine.
what's the
That's
freedom.
what it can really do. All right.
So I've put it on adrenaline for sound. Okay, hear the rumble?
Oh my God. Where is the sound coming? Just the speaker?
It's the speakers, it's tuned on the inside, and it works with your throttle. And again, I've gone in it, gone to my wife's car, and they've done a spot on job. So here we go.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Magnificent.
So again, what I love about it, and the EV guys are going to hate me, is the things I love about it are the things that kind of bring it back to a
old school
old
engineering.
school.
Absolutely.
And the question I'm usually asked when I show this is, does it do the sound on the outside? The answer is no.
No, it doesn't.
No, the outside, it's still a quiet EV.
Right.
So let's get our, would you like to go on a drive?
Yes, let's do that.
Let's do it.
It is very, very smooth ride though.
Oh,
So
beautiful
the
air ride.
suspension setting right now is comfort?
Right. It's they call it, the suspension gets adjusted. You touch this, it'll show up here.
Right.
Right now it's set to what's called normal.
Got it. Yeah.
It's set when I set it up where when I put it in park, it lowers it a couple of inches for easy and access and
Egress
exit.
or
Yes.
yeah, okay.
And then when we get into the off-roading, we'll then raise it. But yeah, as far as power that you noticed, it's incredible. You're in a truck and it's as fast, if not faster, than most sports cars that I've been in.
It is, and it's very comfortable, Mike. Like driving
ride.
distances is not an issue in this thing. You can go anywhere you want.
You
Now,
know,
what is the longest you've driven? Because that's a complaint for many, right? Just range, you got to frequently
Right.
stop and all this stuff. Have you?
right, and you have to charge it. So, a couple of eye-openers for me. Being ignorant to the EV, I thought that, you got to drive out of your way to find a charging station. They're actually everywhere.
Right.
When you have an app that shows you where they are, it's they're very common, so that's never an issue. Of course, the times become an issue because you start learning that it's not only the charging system and how much it could charge per minute, but your vehicle has to be able to accept it, and depending on the temperature of your batteries, that affects charging. But for me personally, we have a cottage in the Kawartha Lakes near Peterborough, and we drive up there, and then when I'm up there, the car comes with a portable charger,
Right.
so I plug it into a 120,
Oh, okay.
and
So 3 days later?
Oh,
No.
it's
Well, at least overnight. Yeah.
it's worse than that.
Oh, really?
It charges, the rate is a minute, a kilometer.
Okay.
So what does that mean? It means that while I'm at the cottage, it makes it a wash, just my driving around and doing errands at the cottage.
Right.
Right? You know, going to get groceries, you know, going to see a show or whatever you do, and you have it plugged in there, you'll balance out. So what that means is on my charge, gets me there and gets me back. So that's around 400 kilometers.
Okay.
So I go up there, come back, and I'd have the equivalent of what would be a quarter tank.
Excellent.
Right? So again, would I want to take it to Florida? Probably not, because again, the EVing, you got to plug it in. It could take long.
Yeah.
There are some, in theory, fast chargers that can do it fairly quickly, but you know, they're like hen's teeth to find.
Yep.
And then if someone's there, you got to wait, and your vehicle has to be ready to accept it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So there's a number of different factors. It's a different thought process, and you do have to plan a little bit better for sure.
Yeah,
So that is
and
one.
I'm new to the EV, but
Yeah.
in my experience, I would say it's a good second car to have.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this was if my wife's and I only car,
Yeah, it'd
I
be
probably would not go EV.
True.
Yeah, it has a nice riding height.
It
I
does.
enjoy it, and it goes a lot harder, higher.
Higher, right.
And it goes a lot harder too. I'll show you that as well when we put it in WTF mode.
WTF, Michael? I wonder what that is. we have children present.
Watts to freedom. That's what the GM engineers
Yes, okay.
took an acronym that would be shocking, is a shocking expression
Right.
of shock using unfavorable language, and they decided to call it Watts to freedom.
Very cool. And that actually works, probably.
Yes.
So we'll find out for sure.
And in that mode is where you'll get the 0 to 60 times.
Okay.
Let's see if I can open it up. You hit the traction control twice. My seat shakes. You get the beautiful graphic. The dash has completely changed, showing the torque. And right now, in this little graphic flashing, the vehicle is lowering to its lowest setting.
Interesting.
So it's getting ready to put it, basically, it's a drag race mode. So in this mode, it shows the G forces. Again, the watts to freedom is on standby. Everything's on standby. They want us to stop, press the brake, press the gas, release the brake, and then hold on for dear life.
Okay.
So there's no one behind us. So why don't we give it a quick try here? So quickly,
Okay,
harder,
Nico.
floor it. Ready?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Mike.
It's fast.
Oh my God. Are you okay, Nico? I thought your demon was something else. This is extraordinary.
So that's interesting. So on a prep track, the Demon will be faster. Obviously, it has like a 2.6 or whatever its rating is,
Yeah.
seconds, 0 to 60. But on the street, you'll never ever get that thing to hook up. So on the street, yes, this will 0 to 60 quicker than my Demon, or close.
Yeah.
I think my Demon, I got 3.4 was the best that I ever did on a street road with no one around. I
Yeah.
was very safe,
Very safe.
but that was the best I ever got out of it.
But Mike, you know what always gets me is the size of this vehicle. You do not expect it to be able to go that fast, that quickly.
Especially when you consider it's almost 5 tons
Yeah.
as well. It's incredibly, well, that is the thing about electrical motors that a gas engine can never touch. Just based on the nature of the invention, there's no torque curve.
Right.
Right? An electrical motor is instant torque.
Yeah.
Which is why, you know, from 0 to 60s, Teslas are beating, you know, the most expensive sports cars in the world.
Yeah.
And the hybrid blends the best of both worlds.
Right.
So you got an instant torque curve, 1,000 horsepower, and yeah, imagine what this thing would do if it was only 3 tons.
No, that is very, and they're great acronym. WTF, absolutely. Not something you expect.
Yeah, and then when we take it off, I think this takes it off, you hit it again, and then the dash will return to normal.
Wow.
It'll tell you you're back in my mode, and the graphics going again because it's now raising it into normal mode.
Very sure.
All the creature comforts. It has the auto high beams. It has the Super Cruise. So
Meaning what?
Super Cruise is when set, this will auto drive. That's GM's auto drive to compete against Tesla's. It works on the 400 series highways.
Okay.
You would hit it. This lights up in blue to gauge your head and eyes, because if you were to go away, it would disengage. Goes green, and it just drives. And if you have the cruise set to 120 and you're coming up to a car, it's a little slower, it'll do an auto lane change, bring you back in. It senses cars coming up behind you. If you're only doing 120, someone's coming up quicker, it'll do a lane change to get out of the way, and it just drives, and it's incredible to see. My wife hates it.
Yeah.
She's still scared when she sees
For
it,
sure.
so I do it on purpose when she's
to annoy her.
around.
Yeah, absolutely.
It has the rear view is actually a camera,
Really?
so you get the full views.
And the camera's on the rear tail
on the
there.
rear.
Okay.
There's actually a mode here. There's tons of cameras on this vehicle.
Oh, wow.
These are all the different settings, and you can hit the different cameras. There's cameras underneath that see the two sides of the wheels are from your back. You come back here,
I do like
all
that.
around. If you have a trailer,
So when
There's a
you
different view.
indicate right in this mode, you see, okay.
no, you have to
don't see the
manually
side
do
mirror.
it. The
Okay,
only
I'm with
time
you.
it comes on automatically
Right.
is when you put the car in
Like
reverse.
the classic Jag right
Yes.
there. Okay. You're really enjoying this.
Oh, I
aren't
love
you?
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
You're smitten.
I had an Escalade, so I thought, I wanted the horsepower, I wanted the looks, but I was, going to walk away from a lot of creature comforts.
Yeah.
Other than the massaging seats, it has everything that my Escalade has.
Return the car, Mike. It's not acceptable. What the heck?
No, it more than makes up with it, with all its uniqueness and its power.
Wow. I didn't even know the Escalade had massaging seats.
The Platinum did.
Really? Okay.
The base model doesn't.
yeah. That's
or maybe the new ones do.
Well,
I'm
that's
not sure.
Cadillac. That's amazing.
Again, GMC's been in the truck game for a long time.
Yeah.
So the Hummer was able to benefit from.
For sure. They've mastered it. They've done a
Yeah.
great job. And
then to
why
show
not?
you your 3 wipers, which I love too. And again, they had no choice.
Yes.
It's so long and so narrow.
Exactly.
The only way to do it right is with
it's
3
lovely.
wipers. So for your geeky engineering fans,
Mm-hmm.
these are some of the cool stuff I like about it as well. A lot of fun
Beautiful. Okay. You're going to show us some things.
We're going to raise it. So
Okay.
let's do it in here.
Yeah.
I believe it's, so let me get you to see this graphic over here.
Let's do that.
So there's the graphic. So because we're in park, it put us to the lowest setting, which is entry exit.
Okay.
Then there's 2 other settings, normal,
Yeah.
which is the drive.
It likes a song by
Yeah.
Drake. Yeah.
And then the higher one,
Got it.
which I can make it come to now.
Right.
Now the very highest is grayed out. You have to be in terrain mode in order for it to access that one.
Okay.
And what that also does is it changes the whole drive. It's like it's in low gear. So as soon as you're in there, you can't go, I can't remember what it is, 40 kilometers an hour.
But you're just creeping. But
Exactly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to terrain mode. I believe it's terrain, not off-road. It's terrain. Okay, I'm going to let it get to terrain. And then I'm going to raise it up while we're in it.
You know.
And it's already started.
Yeah.
There's the graphic. So it's already put us into normal.
Right.
So I just put us up 1 more. Now we're going to take it up to extract mode. And see,
Okay,
maximum
maximum
20
speed.
kilometers.
Oh my God, Mike.
So it's going to continue to raise. And as soon as she stops, I'm going to ask you
I
to
gotta
leave
open
the
the
vehicle,
door, yeah.
but you got to be careful.
Okay.
Use the step. You're going to be considerably higher than we were. So we're in terrain but extract mode. This is for the hardcore off-roaders.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Stand here.
Mike, look at this thing.
Here, I know you got me beside this car before. When I was like, here is.
Oh my gosh. Look at the difference.
Here it is. Isn't that incredible?
Wow. And actually, you get a good look at the mechanics behind here.
Right?
And it does it silently too. It's so cool. Wow. My, oh my, Mike. What's not to love?
It's
Seriously, it's beautiful.
It's a really fun vehicle. And again, you know, typically I don't off-road, but at my father's farm, we had to go out in the field. And I'm sure it would have been fine in normal mode,
Yeah.
but we had to put it in this mode and drive around with it. It
Oh,
was a
by
lot
the
of
way,
fun.
I forgot to mention earlier. I'm glad you got the Wild EV because you know you got the Wild series going at home.
I have
so-
Wild on all my plates.
Yes. How fantastic.
It started back in 1988. I had a Wild 88 on my 88 Jeep YJ.
Wow.
Oh, another little cool little
Yes.
feature.
Wait, there's more. It's like
Little
an
things.
infomercial.
So as you could see, there's little lights here,
Yeah.
little lights. When you plug it in, and let's say you're half charge, then each of these light up blue to the halfway point.
Oh, wow.
And then while it's charging, what isn't blue cycles kind of like the Night
Yes,
Rider
yes,
red.
yes,
It
yes.
goes blue off, so it kind of cycles. And then as you get another bar, it goes solid.
Right.
And then it goes solid. And then 2 hours later, it's solid blue.
Okay.
So it's a neat
Now,
little graphic.
since we're here and we're looking at this, the motor's running.
Yes.
This Hummer logo is always lit up. Like that's all
Correct.
backlit.
Correct.
Can you put the light? What was that, Nico? Do it again. Priceless.
So this setting is set when you put it in park. It goes to the lowest setting, as I said.
Oh,
And when we were in the car and I did the watts to freedom,
Yeah.
it's the only other time it goes this low because it knows you're in a drag racing mode.
It does it so gracefully, Mike. It really does. That is very, very slick.
It's a weird sound as well.
It is. I agree.
Like
Wheel
human.
steering, all-wheel drive all the time, or are you able to select front, back, rear? Like how does all the
Excellent
mechanism
question.
work?
All-wheel drive all the time, four-wheel steering. It does something called Crabwalk. So in the four-wheel steering, the front tire would come out and the back tire would go the opposite way. And then it offers a feature which is just good to show your friends in a parking lot.
Okay.
There's no, unless off-roaders need it, both front and back tires would turn the same direction and the car moves in a diagonal.
No.
It's called
Sideways?
Crabwalk. Yeah.
No
They-
way.
They call it
Crabwalk.
crab. Correct.
Exciting. All right, you press that.
Press that.
You get that.
Oh, I released it too early. Okay.
Okay, let's do that again.
Let's try again.
Ooh.
So now all four tires will turn. So we drive and then we go in a diagonal.
How are you doing this? Oh my gosh.
Doesn't it feel strange?
Very.
Yeah. So I don't feel comfortable doing it around other cars,
No.
but
Oh,
that's crab mode.
it's a weird sensation, Mike.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to go back in the parking lot. It's meant for pure off-roading, right? But it's a very strange sensation, isn't it?
Totally. Like it feels as though like you're steering in one direction, but it wants to do something very different.
Yeah,
I
and-
gotta capture this.
And
from the outside,
honestly, that's
though.
the second time I ever did it. And the first time I did it was for that short of a time.
Okay.
So-
let me jump out because I got to see this from the outside.
Okay.
Hang on a
Jump
second.
out and head towards your car.
All right. What the heck? That is the most extraordinary thing, isn't it?
And useless. Okay, we're back to the four-wheel
We're back to
steering.
normal, yeah. Isn't that wild?
Here's a picture if you want to do a comparison.
Yeah, let's do one for size, right? Action, as they say on TV. Nico, Before we ask your dad, what do you like the most about this car?
It's a really cool car.
Okay, I'll give you that. Now, here's a difficult question now. You ready?
Yeah.
Of all the cars Dad has, which is your favorite? This one. Why? Because of all the computer graphics and everything else? Interesting. That's the new generation for you, Mike. But seriously, I want to say thank you to you, Michael, and to Nico for coming out again, showing me this beautiful truck. Again, I understand why you got it now. You went full EV, but it is extraordinary. It's not your regular truck by any stretch, and the bells and whistles, and you're learning still, and thank you again for the explanation and the details. I couldn't have asked for more. So thank you again, Mike.
My absolute pleasure. It's always a pleasure talking. And again, yeah, we love it and we're passionate about it and we're still learning, right, Nico?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.